All right, let me see if we are live. All right. I haven't done a live in a while, so I hope this goes well. All right. Instagram is populating. Make sure my earpiece is working good. Okay, guys, how you doing? This is your girl TamCam, and if you know me, you know that I am a freelance photographer. But in the last 4 months, I've transitioned into the transportation industry, and it's been quite a journey. And the reason why I did the transition was because I wanted to create a mobile photography studio. Well, it took a while to find this vehicle. Once I found the vehicle, it was way bigger than I had expected. But I jumped on it. I was like, this is what God wants me to have. Let me go ahead and make the purchase and make this happen. So a couple of weeks into having the vehicle, I was like, this vehicle can probably do a lot of good, as far as, doing shuttle rides and doing tours in Dallas, and it'll help me to pay off the vehicle a little faster. So that's when I kind of pivoted and decided to start doing shuttling. But I knew in order to get into this industry, I had to link up with someone who had much more experience. And that's when I was introduced to one of my good friends and my mentor, Tawana Fields. And I'm about to bring her on in just a moment. I see she joined. And I also see that, and then there's another guest that I'm also bringing on to the TamCam Show. Her name is Tony Black. I actually met her, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, probably not even a month ago on Instagram. And I just got so excited because I feel like anytime you do anything in life, you need some type of example, because it's hard doing anything new. So if you have someone who is actually paving the way, who have a little experience, and especially if someone looks like you, no disrespect to all my mentors out there who totally look opposite to who I am, but if someone looks like you, it makes your dream much more a possibility. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and bring these two sisters on, who I call unicorns. All right. Tawana, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on first. You have to request. Go ahead at the bottom of Instagram and request to be on. All right. All right. Let me see. Joined. Let me see. All right. Here we go.
Can you see me now?
All right. Ooh, look at that sky. Look at she's showing off. She's showing the sunroof. All right, just
right. I had to pull over. Okay.
All right. This is Miss Tawana Fields of Black Diamond Transportation here in Dallas, and here is Miss Tony Black. How you doing? First time meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
This is
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's nice to see you in the vehicle. Tawana.
Always on the road. I was trying to get home, but I couldn't. I mean, I'm all tied up right now.
Absolutely, I understand.
So,
I had to pull over.
Thank you so much for joining me to do this. This is monumental to me, because I've never met anyone like you. I'm a newbie. Tawana, I know you've been doing this for 7 years?
7 years. Black Diamond, 7 years, yeah.
About 7 years. And Tony, how long you been doing this?
7 years.
7 years. Oh, 93. Wow. All right. So I purposely did not want to ask you any questions, Tony, because I wanted everything to be authentic and real. But I have to say, when I first met you on Instagram, you was like, "Oh my God, how you doing?" You know, you just took me in just like Tawana did. And I'll never forget that. So I cannot wait till we're able to work together. So I'm going to go ahead and, all right, let me see. Give me a month. No, give me a birthday month. Let me see who's going to go first.
May.
You're December. You're December. You're December, huh, Tawana?
I'm December.
All right. I didn't even think about that until just that moment. All right. Miss Tony, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself. And how'd you get started?
Okay, sure. So I'm a native of Houston, Texas, born and raised. I currently live in the Pearland area, which is a suburb of Houston, but I'm very familiar with Houston. About 7 years ago, I was working in corporate America as a director. I got laid off, and that was my second layoff in corporate America. So right before I got laid off, I decided that I wanted to be responsible for myself and not let others determine where I'm going in life. So I started Black Emerald Transportation in my home. And just like yourself, actually, I bought a cash van at the time. And I had a vision board. And in that vision board, I said that I wanted to do airport and cruise transportation, daycares, and special needs. So, of course, all of that didn't come true at the time. But as I was working that entire year, I got laid off. I was actually, I think, 7 months pregnant with my little one. So I had to lean on Black Emerald, which we had only been in business for a year at that time. And the struggle was real at the time. But I kept it going and, did a lot of grassroots recruiting, trying to get customers, clients, talking to the state and so forth. And before you know it, it seems like a long time, but before you know it, things really take off. So like I said, I've been doing this for 7 years and, of course, the pandemic had set us back a little bit, but things are really starting to pick up now. And boom, here I am, met you on Instagram. And it's nice to see that we have some other women out there doing the same thing. So that's my story.
So did you ever meet anyone who looked like you? Because I don't know if you saw me in the beginning, but I was saying how when I met Tawana, because I had just bought the van the day before I met Tawana. I got a referral, and I was like, I come from the Airbnb industry, and I know that when you're trying to do something that you're totally not familiar with, you need someone to guide you, I'm trying to eliminate as many mistakes as possible. Did you have a mentor?
My mentor was my dad. He was a businessman, but he wasn't in transportation. And here in the Houston area, we have a lot of male-dominated transportation companies. And, like some places, it's kind of who you know if you're going to get started with business. But luckily, he, pulled some strings for me as well with some of his clients. And that always helps, when you're networking. So,
absolutely. All right, Miss T. I just learned too. We're all T. Tamara, Tony, Tawana.
The 3 T's, right?
The 3 T's. I actually was in a girl group when I was probably 12. Me and my cousins, we called ourselves the 3 degrees, the 3 T's or something like that. But go ahead, Miss T.
Okay, so I started Black Diamond 7 years ago. I had a food delivery service. And I had gotten burnt out on it. I've been doing it for like 20 years. And I had wonderful drivers. I had 8 drivers out delivering my food. And, they have families. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I hate to do this to them, And so I was crying to one of my friends about it. And he said, Tawana, won't you look into Uber? I said, Uber? What the heck is Uber? So that night I went home and looked up Uber. And so I signed up. I signed my Jeep up when I have a Jeep Liberty that I had signed up on there. And the next morning I got up. I said, I'm going to go out and try this. So I went out driving around and I was doing like Uber X. And it's like a $3 ride here, $10 ride. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't make any money off of this. So, but I did it for 30 days. And if it started to make like a lot of money. And so I was like, okay. But we need something like this every day, not just because they have a game or event. And well, the nighttime was busy as well. So after the 30 days was up, I went and talked with Uber, and I told them, hey, I have 8 drivers I'm trying to bring in. I'm doing Uber X, but that's no money for me and my drivers. And they said, well, we have a Uber Black fleet program. If you have, at that time, it was only Suburbans, Tahoes, and Lincoln Town cars. And I said, oh, okay. So I went, sent my guy out, and got me a Suburban fully loaded. And started doing black SUV. I did a little bit of Select and Excel. I said, oh, so this is where the money is. And so I did that for 30 days. And then I took the numbers back to my CPA and had him to work up a pay for the guys. So then I borrowed the money from my dump trucks and my cleaning service and bought all these Suburbans and Tahoes. So we started doing Uber Black. They can only do Uber Black and black SUV. And so then I was like, man, we're going to have to expand this so to bring in some more money. My mind is always going 1,000. So then that's when I started Black Diamond Transportation. And then so I have like a lot of high ends on my cleaning service, and I'm always meeting people. So I said, well, hey, we can take you out to the airport. We can take you to dinner. We can do all this. I got this black Suburban, black on black, clean, professional drivers. So then that's when Black Diamond took off. And so now I have 14 Suburbans and Tahoes, the Sprinters, the Porsche, the Audis, those kind of cars. Everything's black on black. And so then I kept getting phone calls from people that want us to haul freight. How do they come up with freight with black luxury cars? So I already have a DOT with my other trucking company. I was like, man, I mean, I got a DOT, I got to do this, blah, blah, blah. And so one time I sent one of my drivers out to get a load, and he went in the Suburban. And he called me back. He said, Tawana, that is not going to fit in this truck. I said, come on. I said, you better make it work for $5,000 because this is one to Oklahoma. Right. He said, okay, I'm going to send you a picture, and you have to figure this out. So he sends me a picture, and it's like steel, like long as the freaking truck. So I was like, oh my God, this is not gonna work. So then I went out and rented a truck and trailer to get this load. And so then that's how I started the trucking, the hot shot. Okay. So we had 7 of those and with 40-foot gooseneck trailers.
Dang.
But I'm trying to expand Black Diamond to Houston and Austin and San Antonio right now.
Wow. Now I asked you why. Because you said you was going to Houston too, right? So now we got a Houston contact.
Well, I go to Houston all the time. I'm bringing people there all the time because I do the turkey leg hut, and people always go in there for their birthdays and things like that. So we bring them down, we spend the night and all that.
That is awesome. So why did you name your business Black Diamond? I kind of have a feeling I know why Tawana named hers Black Emerald. When I saw your name, I was like, oh, that's the reason why. Tawana, answer your question.
So, well, I named it Black Diamond because when I was a little girl, people always used to call me black, and they just make my skin color, right? And I think black is so sexy and so beautiful. And so I knew that all these cars were going to be black on black. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm a diamond, which I know I'm a diamond. Right. So that's the reason why I named it Black Diamond Transportation.
That is awesome. And what about you, T, Miss Tony, sorry.
Absolutely. Well, my birthday is in May, and my birthstone is Emerald, and my last name is Black. So that's how I came up with Black.
Okay.
When I saw your name, I was like, oh, I wonder if that's a coincidence, or she really named that, after a company. Like, okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I got some flack about that name, though. I don't know if you got flack by yours, Tawana. Just people are like, oh, it's so ethnic. Why would you call it Black anything? And people not knowing the reason behind it. But, people are always going to have their comments and opinions about things before they ask. But you have to do you. What makes you happy.
I'm going to always do me. That's the name that I wanted for the company, and that's what it is.
Exactly.
I don't go on. I mean, hey. They don't call people and ask them, why'd you name your business Papados or,
Exactly.
McDonald's.
They're always going to have pushback.
So there's a reason why if they ask me, I'll tell them, but it's nothing racist or anything like that. Yeah. I have all types of clients.
Right.
And I love all of them. I don't look at color, so.
Right. I don't even think of color when I see Black Diamond or Black, Emerald. But I'm more connected to your business, Tony, because it's your last name, So when I see that, okay, it's Black Emerald, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now, So that's why I named my business TamCam Shuttle, because any business that I put together, I want to name it kind of after me. Got this whole TamCam thing going on. So, all right. So I'm going to have to be honest, and I'm going to try to get us out here in another 20 minutes. I wanted us to all come together.
Hard, right?
Say what?
I said it's probably hard, right?
Yeah.
I always go over on mine.
What, on your live?
On my time, yeah. When I say, I'm only going to do it for 5 minutes or 20 minutes. Not too much, though.
You know what? Well, this is the thing about me. I've learned in the last maybe 10 years to be very punctual, because one time my best friend, he asked me to be somewhere and I was 2 minutes late and he left, and it hurt my feelings. And so I was like, never again. So Tawana, no, anytime you tell me to do something, I'm there. My word. Yeah, I'm there. Trust me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm the person like, well, you know what? I really needed you here. Did you tell me about a transaction at the stadium?
No. This is the first time me and Tony, have actually met in person. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. You talking about the what?
When we did the Cowboy game, when we were exchanging bags in the middle of the...
So let me tell you, this was the day after I talked to you on the phone, right? Was it?
Right.
Yeah, so Tawana called me back. Let me tell you, this is how amazing Tawana is. She called me back and said, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? The next day was Sunday. I was like, oh, I have a session. She was like, I need you to help me with the Cowboys game. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, my first time driving this big 20-foot vehicle. That's me. I'm a risk taker.
Right.
In Cowboy land traffic. And I'm like, okay. So Tawana's like, tomorrow, and I'm like, okay, why is she hollering at me? But that's just, she's in boss mode. Tomorrow. She's like, are you in the middle lane? I'm like, yes, I'm in the middle lane. I'm in the middle lane. But I was not in the middle lane. I was actually in the middle of the street, not the middle lane of the lane. She said
the middle, like the turning lane. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. So she said, tomorrow.
We do this all the time.
Yeah. So I didn't know. So this is the very first time I realized the power of the black van. So people look at this black van and they don't know who you have in there, but it might as well be, Tony Braxton.
Respect you. They're gonna respect you.
It actually gives respect. So I got in the middle lane and I went all the way straight. So me and Tawana meeting for the very first time. This is her, this is me. We both jump out, two black women dressed in black, getting out of black van. And I'm thinking we're gonna hug, hey girl, what's up? Tawana was in straight up work mode. She was like, okay. She was like, take this luggage, throw it in the back of your car. She's like, go pick up the client. She was all about business. And I respect that, because there's a place and a time to, what's up? And, and to do your job. So, but I've loosened her up.
It was a lot of traffic. It was a lot of traffic. So, and, people were looking at us like, what in the world is going on here?
I think they were more surprised that it was two women and two black women as that, with these two big ass vehicles, in the middle of cowboy traffic. Yeah. So it was like, yeah. And I'm a witness to this because I've done some hustle jobs where I've gone to Cowboy Stadium, and I actually got all the way to the limo. I didn't even know they had this. It was a special reserved spot for just the limos, and all white guys, all older white guys, maybe 2 or 3 black guys. But I was like, wow, this industry really is just so traditional. Like, we need to change it. So the thing I love about the three of us is that I feel like we're all kind of in 3 different fields. Tony, you're in the care service, right? How would you describe it?
Mine is, majority of my business is dedicated to special needs and elderly. And then, of course, I have the other verticals. But majority, I would say about 75% of my business is special needs and elderly.
Right. And would you say your specialty, Tawana?
Oh my, electric car service. I mean,
we green. I'm in.
we pretty much do anything. We do all the celebrities, basketball, football players, rappers, whoever want a luxury car service.
Right. I was about to say that. I mean, what do you do? Whatever you're paying for, what do you need me for? And we can do it. That's
exactly.
The right answer.
We can do it. If so you say you want to go to New York, we on our way.
As long as the checks don't bounce. As long as the check clear.
The check is not going to bounce because it got to be paid up front. So
I know that's right. I wish I would get a
on it right now. Because I just want people to have that feel. If they want to go to $10 too, I'm down for it, you know?
Yeah.
I like to see new things, and I'm a big risk taker as well. So
yeah. That's how I feel right now because I'm in the beginning stages, 4 months in, and you know my vehicle is parked outside my door, so I'm always anxious, like waiting for my phone to ring. But you two ladies, right now you're staying busy. Are you at your peak season? I mean, tell me how the year works. Is there a slow and a fast season?
My fast season is first and second quarter. Well, first, second, and third quarter, and then the last part of the quarter is really slow. So November, December, and then kind of January is slow for me. But we just literally started to ramp up here the first week of February. People are coming back from vacation, school is back in, people are wanting to go different places and that sort of thing. So that we're pretty steady in that area.
Okay. Tony, do you have a staff that works with you?
Mm-hmm. It's 3 of us. And right now, my drivers are in different counties. I don't know if you guys are familiar, Tawana, you're familiar with Houston, but we have several counties. I like to operate in the suburban area just because I don't like the hustle and bustle of the city of Houston, but we do go into the city. But I find that the money is in the suburban areas because there's no transportation out here at all. So that's my.
And Tawana mentioned that she works with mostly celebrities. I've gotten to witness that.
Well, you saw my life. Yeah,
I'm like, that's all you, sis. That's all you. I'm a morning person. I don't do the nighttime. Lord.
Yeah.
Well, see, I mean, I love everything that I do. So it's hard for me to go to sleep. I'm on this natural high. So I have to make myself go home and go to bed. So then I have all these people that want to hang out to 4 or 5 or to 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's I'm down with it,
I'll be like,
we be all over the place. But, I mean, I'm not supposed to be driving the Sprinter, but I had a driver that put regular gas in it, and it cost me $13,000. So that's the reason why I've been on the Sprinter.
So what do you do when that happens? And they know better, because I'm pretty sure he knew.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I kind of looked at it like he haven't driven the Sprinter like that, a diesel, before, and just not paying attention. But he is still on the payroll. He's still on payroll.
Yeah, okay.
Just chopped it up, and because he's one of my good drivers.
Right.
And so he was taking the people to a Cowboys game that day.
Did he make
when he told me no.
He didn't.
No. We had to send 2 Suburbans out there to get the people and take them to the stadium, and it was crazy.
Wow.
So I fell in love with it, and I ain't got nothing else to do really. So I like driving it, and then plus I need to see what the customers like, what makes them tick.
Mm-hmm.
This universe is changing all the time. I tell everyone you have to work inside your business.
Yep. You do.
What I was doing 20 years ago, I'm not doing today because the world has changed and people have changed and all this kind of stuff. So it's best to work inside your business. And plus, I can't be sitting on the couch eating potato chips and watching TV or flying all over the place. And, I got 8 companies to run, and they're all different, and they all need attention every single day. Right. So I work.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tony?
I'm just going to chime into what Tawana was saying, that it's very important. I know that's one of the things that I explain to people, especially when they're going into business, is you have to be a part of the business. It's not just, I have this vehicle, that vehicle, and sit back and, sit on the couch and brag about what you have.
Right.
to be a part of it, to know what's going on, to know what your customers want.
Right.
You got to be a part to be innovative. You can't just sit back, because before you know it, somebody else could have you in hot water with the IRS, with the Texas Comptroller's Office, Texas Workforce Commission. So you got to keep an eye on those things, most importantly.
Most important. Yeah.
So do you guys keep cameras in your vehicles? Or do you keep trackers on your vehicles?
I have everything. I can log into a car right now, truck, anything right now. My phones I have 3 phones. So where I want to know where a vehicle is or who it's driving, I can do all that.
Okay.
It's very important. Yeah.
What about you, Tony?
Yeah, I don't have the cameras, but I do have the GPS tracker. As a matter of fact, I just ping one of my drivers about slowing down on the road. You know, it's do you get those notifications? I mean, you're hitting 70, I know the speed limit is 65, but we need you to slow down.
I usually let them do at least, well, it depends on which driver it is, you know, what vehicle they're driving, because, I mean, here, you know what I'm saying? Because I drive fast myself.
Mm-hmm.
But when you getting up there 15, 20 over, then you getting a call like right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, my drivers on the road, I mean, I let them at least go over 10.
Mm-hmm.
In town, you know, we're in between 5 and 10. It depends. Depends on what they're trying to do, you know?
Right. Right. So tell me this, because you guys are 7-year veterans, do you find that like maybe in the next couple of more years, you're going to probably be behind the scenes more, or you want to always be in a driver's seat?
Well, yeah. I mean, I got 4 more years. I'm going to retire at 50. So we got to figure this out. And 4 more years. I don't know. Because I don't like to be bored. I have to be active like all the time. So I don't know how that's going to work out.
What about you, Tony?
Honestly, I don't enjoy driving. I mean, every now and then I get out and meet the clients, but I'm very low key. I like to be behind the scenes, and I like to be the one pulling the strings and just watching the vehicles go and watching that money come in, the bank account. That's what I want to do, and make sure everything is in order and I'm in compliance. That's what makes me happy. But yeah. I'm not quite where Tawana is with the retire. That's awesome, though. That is awesome.
How many vehicles do you have again? You said 3?
We have 4 and 3 drivers.
4. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah. And you say you have 1 in each county. I remember that. Okay. So we talked about some of the good things and our experience. So let's tell everybody some bad things. Give me one bad experience, Tawana.
I just gave you that one with the 13,000.
Don't scare the people, though. Don't, because we want to bring more.
Listen, no, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because it goes down and goes down all the time in all my companies. But I just gave you the instance with the 13,000. Mm-hmm. One of my Amazon, I'm in Amazon too. We followed him not too long ago because he was at his girlfriend's house for an hour. He had already taken his lunch break for 30 minutes. And then so he ended up at this house for an hour. So I'm like, why is my truck sitting? Because I know that he's not delivering in this area. So I went to the house, picked up the truck. He come out, he called me and said, Miss Tawana, somebody stole the truck. I said, what? I said, so you're delivering packages and someone stole the truck. So you got out the truck and didn't lock it up. Well, I mean, so we go through all that. I said, well, I have it. You was at your girlfriend's house for an hour.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
We have those kind of things. We have people stealing fuel. Yeah. So we've had to buckle down on that.
Out of the vehicle?
Well, they sell it to other people.
Okay. Yeah. It's crazy.
So they're filling up my truck, and somebody else bag up to fill up their truck. So
I have a friend who he called in. I was working a BMW event last week. I do promos, and they actually stole his tail lights.
Oh man!
I had people steal the tailgate. I had the carburetor stolen and the tailgate off my dually. So.
So you know what I did when I got home? I was like looking at all my tail lights. like, what? That seemed like such an intricate job to like take tail lights. And these were like big F-150 tail lights.
Well, mine are 350s and 450s, so they make money off of them. So that's the reason why I bought 6 acres down in Hudson. So when they come to town, they can't take the vehicles to their houses anymore. They have to park them on the yard now.
Oh, wow. So Tony, tell me about something without scaring everybody, including myself, because I'm a newbie. I want to be in this industry a good while.
Yeah, I mean, a few stories. But there was one time where, and this was when I first got started. I think I had been in business for like 2 years, and I had the big Ford E350, the big dually, like with the doors that open like that, kind of like Metro Lift. I don't know if you know about that.
Right.
But I had taken some people to Galveston, right? So I picked them up at the airport, dropped them off at the Galveston port because they were going on a cruise. It was a family of 5. So at this time, the 350 that I had, it could seat, I think it was 14 people. So I had left it at the office building, right? So I go the next day to crank it up. The catalytic converter was gone. So of course you can't drive it. And then I have to go pick these people up. So I didn't have, at that time, I didn't have extra vehicles. I only had 1 extra van, but of course it couldn't seat 5 comfortably. So I ended up having to go and rent a van because the other one, obviously I couldn't drive it. So yeah, the catalytic converter is being stolen. I mean, and that was back in, I think 2016 or so. So yeah, that's one instance.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you do before? You said you did what before you started your business? You got let go somewhere.
I was in corporate America. I actually worked at Xerox. I worked from home, and I was an HR director for the North America area. So what we did is business process outsourcing. So whenever you call in to check the status of your insurance or Verizon bill, you would actually be calling one of our call centers. And my employees actually hired the call center agents in there. And that was mentally draining. I'm not even going to go into that, but I had to get away. Toxic.
Well, I asked you that because it makes sense that you are such a quick thinker, because you were already in a leadership role. So you were meant to be an entrepreneur. I mean, I remember when I used to work for someone else and then they kept promoting me to be a manager. I was like, why keep getting promoted? If I'm working this hard, I might as well work for myself. And this was basically over 15 years ago. So I encourage everyone. I mean, being an entrepreneur is like the best thing ever. So before we go, I want you to give everyone who's watching, who may be trying to like get into this industry, like give them 3 pieces of advice to get started. Go ahead, Tawana. I'm sorry, Tawana.
Figure out who you want to target. Target.
And I'm writing these down too, because I need it. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Target. And what type of vehicles, that's important as well. What type of vehicles? And you must know the business. You must call your competitors, take a ride on your competitors. I've done all that to see what they're doing and what I can do different in my company. So.
And one more piece. 3. Oh, wait, what? You said target. Go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, well, and then you must have a CPA. I tell people that all the time. You must have a CPA. To handle, the money part and all the legal things as well. Because I have lawyers too.
Right.
That's important.
So even the first year, you feel like you need a CPA and a lawyer
Well, I've always had one. Because my stuff is like crazy.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right, Miss Tony.
All right. One piece of advice that I have is to, just like Tawana, to build a strong foundation. Compliance is extremely important because no matter how much money you make, if you are not in good or in compliance with the agencies that you need to be in compliance with, IRS, comptrollers, Texas Workforce Commission, you're not paying your taxes, your payroll taxes and such, you're not going to last very long. So your foundation has to be there, and it has to be strong if you're going to sustain in the industry. Second piece of advice, sometimes you got to keep things to yourself. And, sounds a little bit cliche, but you have to move in silence, because you don't need the extra static in your ear, the negative static, of course, telling you what you can't do or it doesn't sound like a good idea. Get in good with people that are like-minded, that are goal-oriented, that are leaders that can help guide you. Because, of course, you can't do everything on your own. You're going to make mistakes, and that's totally fine. That's how you learn. But you have to be in good with people that have good intentions, good leadership, and that are positive. And then lastly, I would say, I strongly believe in a lot of the new age marketing and recruiting and getting customers, on social media. But sometimes you got to take it back to grassroots. Sometimes you got to get out, do things that we don't want to do. You got to show up and put those door hangers, on the people's doors, or windshields. You got to network and go to those functions that you may not want to go to, but you got to be a part of it. Be a part of the community and get to know people.
Are you an introvert?
That's right.
Sometimes not really. I'm kind of in between. I think when I'm tired and I'm in zombie mode, I'm more of an introvert. I don't want to be bothered. But at the same time, my mind is still going and I'm still thinking of business ideas. And I just want to be by myself so I can reflect and jot things down. So,
right. Yeah.
I'm probably more of an introvert than an extrovert, though, to answer your question.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would say you're an ambivert. You're somewhere in the middle. And I would say, Tawana, you're kind of like that too. How would you describe yourself? Introvert, extrovert?
Yeah.
In the middle,
I'm
ambivert?
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I fit in all over the place.
I have to admit, I love Tawana to death, I swear. I mean, this is my sister for life. She is all over the place. I actually backed off a little from calling her because I know in the beginning I probably was like, Tawana. And then she called me. She's like, why you ain't calling me?
Needy Sinead. I love to be needed.
Yeah, I was giving her some space. So honestly, Tony, I probably see her as much as I see you. And this is the first, I've only seen, when's the last time I saw you?
Oof.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, so we're at 30 minutes. So I want to go ahead and end this by, Tawana has this amazing workshop. Is it a workshop, conference?
It's entrepreneur brunch.
Okay.
It's to help entrepreneurs with their business, whatever questions they want to know, what they need to do, who they need to get in contact with. I'm the person.
Okay, so give them
the reason why I do this. So the reason why, when I started my business 26 years ago here in Dallas, I couldn't get one person to tell me how to do X, Y, and Z. Catering was my first company. So they're like, why would I tell you that and I'm doing that? And, that wouldn't make sense. So I went back to God and I said, hey, just help me get on this journey. And once I get to where I need to be, then I'll bless other people. Well, it took me, I just started doing it the last 10 years. Helping other people because I want to have everything underneath my belt. I just don't want to give people the good and not give them the bad. So I've lost it all. I've gained it all back. And so I can tell people how to, get up when you fall down. Because most people give up when, entrepreneurship is really hard. So I'm that person that I can motivate you and tell you how to get back up and start all over again and give you all the knowledge you need so you won't crash and burn. The things that people didn't give me. And my thing is, God sees what I'm doing. And that's the reason why I know that I'm blessed, 26 years being in this game is because I give a lot back to people, right?
Right.
So he sees that I'm willing to share. If I got a cleaning service, I'm going to give it to another cleaning service. You know what I'm saying? That we can all work together because it's enough money out here for everybody. I can't make it all. You can't, Tam can't, and the next person, right? So you have to share. If you can't share and you can't bless other people, you can't move forward.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I have this seminar where I can show people. I mean, I have people, Tam, I just gave Tam something on the other day. I don't mind sharing my stuff. I share a lot of my cleaning service, my catering with other companies to show them that we can do this.
Exactly.
And you're going to still make money. And,
exactly.
and she's not going to take my business, and I'm not going to take hers. We get an understanding on that, right? And if I send Tam a customer, that's still my customer, but you're just helping out at this time because you don't know what it took for me to get that client.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So it's on the 19th, right?
The Entrepreneurs Brunch this Saturday from 1 to 4. You get your ticket on the website, www.tawanafields.com. And you have 4 hours to come out and ask me anything. And then I have 3 wonderful guest speakers that'll be there as well. So I have lots of people in the inbox, text messaging me, calling me all the time. Well, I can't answer all these calls and text messages. And Jessica handles all of the inboxes. She don't know all the questions, right? So you have 4 hours to get it in. Ask whatever you want. You can get in my business, what you want to know. I don't care.
Nice.
And whatever you want to know in business-wise, how to get government grants, how to set up your business right to make money, and your business make money for you.
Sweet.
I got all that.
All right, guys, so make sure you show up on the 19th here in Dallas. And also, if you're in Dallas, make sure you check out Black Diamond. If you need party transportation, if you need an airport ride or pickup, call TamCam Shuttle. Don't call me for parties because I don't do parties. The job she just mentioned that she gave me was a bunch of 15-year-olds, and I had an amazing time in the moment. But I'm not a party bus at all.
Yeah.
But I would take it if my girl needs that extra lift.
Well, my party bus goes down. We go down, right, Tam?
They do go down, and I'm going to be at your level one day with my extra driver. But until then, TamCam not doing a party bus. And if you are in
Houston, fun with my clients. I love having fun with clients. I really do.
Yeah, you really do.
You really do.
Yeah. And if you're in Houston, make sure you check out my girl Tony Black. I knew I was going to do that. Tony Black, Black Emerald. Tell them where they can find you, Tony.
Well, they can find us online at www.blackemeraldtransportation.com, or you can find me on Instagram at blackmtrans.
Do you have any events coming up or any specials you want to mention?
No events coming up. We're here for the rodeo transport, so that's always fun every year to get those people on the van and take them down to the rodeo. So looking forward to that. And that's what
you need us to come down there. Do you need Black Diamond to come down there and help you?
Of course. Look, offline, put something together. I mean, we got to.
You know, I did the Super Bowl. I did the Super Bowl in Houston when it was there.
Yeah.
I was there for a whole week.
Yeah. We did that too. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Your Houston rodeo is kind of like the State Fair of Texas, right?
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah. Cool. All right. I've been getting a lot of requests for people to join our conversation. You guys want to do this again maybe in a couple of months or so? Let's do it. Yeah. All right, ladies. Thank you so much for your time. And feel free if you want to do a chat, check in with me too, because I need help. If not, I'm going to be banging on y'all doors or in y'all DMs. Thank you, ladies, so much. And you guys have a great rest of your week.
All right.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.